fabric that I mentioned in my 2026 sewing plans video. I knew that I wanted my project to be dramatic, but it still needed to be wearable. I decided to use Simplicity 1099 because I wanted to have a full maxi skirt and not have complex pattern pieces compete with the pattern of the fabric of the skirt. At least that was the plan. When I first laid out the pattern pieces, I started with the center front piece. Once I had that drawn out and cut out, I used that to do the back, the center back pattern piece because they were the same piece. And then I started cutting out my side panels. And then that's when everything took a turn. I finished cutting out the front and back were fine. It was the side panel pieces. I said, something's not right. And I couldn't put my finger on it until I put my finger on it. And herein lies the rub. Here's the side panel pieces. And if you remember on the fabric, the panels are, each of the flower panels went like this. So when I was cutting out, I just cut out one, and I cut out the next one, and then I cut out the next one and the next one. So I had 4 because I needed 4 total of this. And so I just cut it boom, 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 boom. So then I get to go and attach the pieces together. I said, wait a minute, something's not right. I said, oh my stars. So the fix. I didn't have more fabric, but because it was the panels were big enough, I only had to fix 2. And what I did was go back and recut the same piece, except I had to flip it over. And in some cases, I had to lay it upside down on the print because it gets wider at the bottom. So I end up having to lay it this way on the fabric in order to make sure I had enough. So instead of all of the pieces kind of like matching up all the way around, some of them may be a little bit off, but it's still dramatic. And to be honest, it probably took more time laying it out and cutting it out and fixing my mistake than it took to assemble and construct the entire skirt. The construction went pretty smoothly. And of course, I added pockets because what maxi skirt cannot have pockets? And then I had to have a moment. What color am I going to do the zipper in? So I went through my zipper jar and show you what I chose. I couldn't decide if a green zipper was a wise choice, but I actually kind of like it, even though it is. So it's hardly noticeable, but I know it's there. And I know it's green. It looks great. I'm trying to. So the only thing you really see is the tab from the side. But I think because it's invisible, so you really shouldn't be able to see it. But you can get a little peek of it, and I know it's there, and I think that is so cute, and it's it's a design detail. And then you see that pocket. See that how it is built into the zipper, or yes, it's built into the zipper construction. That I think is so fly. Again, I learned something new, and I think that is an absolutely wonderful detail. Have you ever sewn in a side zipper, a side pocket zipper? And even from the inside. One step I never skip when working with a full skirt is letting the it felt like it was coming. I'm sorry. One step that I won't skip when I'm making a full skirt is letting it hang overnight before I do the hem. The fabric relaxes, and then you're able to get that nice, smooth, even hem. I've tried to do it without letting the fabric hang and live to regret it. So always, if you're doing a full skirt, something cut on the bias, always let the project hang before you do the hem. You will not regret it. Take it from me. This ended up being one of those projects that, changed as I was working through it, but the end result absolutely speaks for itself. I love the pockets, I love the fabric, I love the pattern placement, and I even love the green zipper. I think that's probably my favorite part of the outfit. So I'm very excited about that. Next, I am styling the skirt in two different ways, which honestly is probably going to be the most difficult part of the project, but I'm excited to do that. And I still want to know, would you have gone with the green zipper or would you have gone with a pink zipper? Let me know in the comments. Guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next styling video of this skirt. And so for more shenanigans on Tremaine Sew Style Studio, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until then, have a great day.